evening, everybody. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga channel. No, not that kind of yoga. This is evening yoga, and this is last one to bed is rotten egg yoga. This is somebody might snore yoga, but the good news is when we're doing yoga apart like this, no one can hear you, so I wouldn't even worry about it. We're going to start on our backs tonight. This is more of a Vini Yoga flow. So it's going to be all about breathing and moving in repetition and hopefully getting us into a groove before we end our day. So I'm going to be moving my blanket out of the way. I am going to be using a strap today, tonight. But if you... Weird camera angles. I am going to be using a strap tonight, but if you don't have one, I'm going to go ahead and cue how to do the flow without. So let's get started. I'm going to come on down, make sure I've got room behind me on the mat. Grabbing a quick drink of water. I felt dehydrated all day today. I don't know why, but we're going to take that sip. So let's go ahead and lay down on the mat. This might be a bad position to start in. Might go to sleep already. It's just been that kind of a day. Okay. So just relax for a moment. Find a comfortable position. I'm going to start with my feet on the floor, knees to the ceiling. Take a little rock side to side. Get balanced between the shoulders and the feet and hips. And let's just take a scan of the body. We want to check in with the state and quality of the physical form. Oh, excuse me. Just noticing those places that you might already be experiencing some response where, let's see, it is Wednesday night. We're halfway in the middle of the week. Where are you already feeling some tension or tightness? Just give yourself that moment, touch base with the body. And then we're going to pull our attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. Check in. What is hanging on from the beginning of the week? What might be pushing into the end of the week? And what might be hanging on when it doesn't need to be doing so? Let's move those things off to the side. We want to create a nice, clear, open field of thought for the practice. And now let's move that silence into the attention of the breath. And we just want to notice that natural intuitive rhythm without exerting any control over that inhale and exhale. Now we're going to invite that breath to get a little bit longer and a little bit deeper. We want to balance the length of inhale to match the length of exhale. All right, we're going to move the heels a little closer to the glutes, and we're going to start with a little pelvic tilt. So let's just exhale all the air out of the lungs to start. And then we're going to inhale, and as we do so, let's just press up into the hips, lift up out of the waistband, push into the heels just till you go about the bottom rib. And then as you exhale, draw the belly in, and we're going to slowly, so slowly, unwind that low body and let it take its rest against the mat. We're going to work in repetition. We're going to do that 3 more times. So inhale, press into the heels. Try to keep the knees balanced. Try to keep them from swaying in or swaying out. Tuck the chin a little, keeping the head balanced. Relax in the shoulders. 2 more repetitions. One more time. All right, we're going to take our fingertips over the left the left knee. I'm going to hang my knee in the length of my arm. We're going to work a little asymmetric Apanasana here. So I want to take an inhale to prepare. And as I exhale, just draw the knee toward the body. Scoop the belly. Give me gentle press into the right foot. And we inhale, we're going to unwind just to the length of the arm. And exhale again. Gently draw on that knee toward the body. Little gentle press in the right foot. And again, we're going to do that 2 more times. Let's take both hands over the top of that knee. Draw it a little closer into the body. Give me that squeeze. Try to relax the hip and the glute away from the pull of the arms against the knee. All right, let's release that foot to the mat. We're going to move to the right side. So I'm just going to slide my fingertip up over my knee. We'll take an inhale to prepare. And let's exhale, draw that knee up and give me a little reverse crunch. Just scoop the belly and just give me a gentle pressure into that left foot. Inhaling, let's unwind that. And let's exhale. Two more of those. All right, let's take both hands over that knee. Give me a little more tension toward the body. And let's release that foot to the mat. We're going to take just a little sway side to side with the knees. Release some of that energy. Just taking a notice of the energy through the low back and the hips. All right, we are going to move ourselves into a float. We're going to just draw the knees up. Just let them stack right over the hips at a comfortable angle. Toes are going to float in the air. We're going to relax the shoulders back into the mat. Hands can be at your sides. They can be palms up or palms down, whatever you have the energy for in your shoulders. And we are going to just take an inhale. I want you to imagine that there's a balloon tied to your big toe. We're going to inhale, and as you inhale, I want you to just let those toes raise up toward the ceiling, keeping them stacked over the hips. Feel the weight of the legs press that tailbone and those hips down toward the mat. And as you exhale, draw the knees in. Give me the tiniest of lifts in the tailbone. Little teeny reverse crunch there. Inhale, lift. You'll notice my toes are a little bit away from my body rather than tucked up towards my face. I want that weight of the lever of the leg to draw down into those hips. Scoop and lift in that reverse crunch. We're going to do that 3 more times. One more repetition. Bring your hands to those knees, give them a little squeeze toward the body. Now let's release the feet to the mat. Just relax for a minute, take a breath or two. I want you to notice what is going on in this lower structure. Hips, quads, low back, obliques. You might be feeling it all the way up into the rib cage, depending on how tight you are. All right, we're going to work a little cobbler pose, and we're going to work in repetition. So let's start with our heels close to the hips. Press the toes together, calves and knees. We're going to take an inhale, and we're just going to let those knees rock open. Don't worry about the feet. They're going to just slide over to the edge of the foot. As you exhale, I want you to press the hips down, scoop the low belly, and now draw those knees up. Inhale, we're going to let them open. Just relax to the edge of the feet. Take that moment of hang. Now I want you to press the hips down, squeeze up through the low belly, and draw the legs together. We're going to do 2 more of those. Inhaling out. Press the low back into the mat, draw together. One more time in this repetition. All right, this time we're going to take a stay. So I want you to press the soles of your feet together, slide those heels as close to the pubic bone as you can. Take a little rock side to side. I'm going to open my arms up into that goalpost position, cactus arms, palms up. And I want you to just take 4 deep, slow breaths here. We're letting the weight of the legs stretch the hip, the exterior rotation of the hip flexors and the adductors. So breathe. Unclench the teeth. Try to keep the face relaxed. Keep that gentle pressure together with the soles of the feet. All right, we're going to press the hips down. Let's slide the hands to the legs. We're going to help those knees up. Bring them in and give them a little squeeze. Oh. Little wiggle of the toes. Roll the ankles. Take a little rock side to side. All right, let's bring the feet back to the mat. We're going to squeeze our feet together, but we're going to, instead of being close to the glutes, we're going to step forward just a half a foot length. Press the toes together, knees, calves, and feet. And we're going to do the same thing, 4 repetitions. So let's start with an inhale. We're just relaxing in to the edge of the feet. Don't worry about the soles of the feet. Ooh, feeling this in my hip. Get a little cramp. Press the hips down and draw knees together. Wow. Inhaling, if you're feeling that clench up on that, I'm getting it on the right side. In the piriformis, you can take a little rock side to side. Draw on up. 2 more, just like that. I can tell you right now, this is not going to be a fun stay for me. Woo! All right, this time we're going to open up for that stay. So press the soles of the feet together. Take those rocks side to side. I'm going to open my arms up in that cactus position, palms open. I'm going to take a little extra rock because I'm working through this cramp on my right side. Oh, God. Yoga's so much fun. Unclench the teeth. Just try to breathe through that stretch. All right, I'm gonna bring my arms down. I'm gonna help my knees up, so bring them in. Let's bring those knees in for a little squeeze. Ooh, feeling low back and glutes. Take a little rock side to side. Little wiggle of the toes, roll the ankles. Want to let that tension out of the feet. All right, last round of cobbler. So let's work a little bit further. So we did closest, we did about mid-range. Let's just go a little bit further, half a foot length further away. Press those legs together. We're gonna just exhale all the air out of the lungs and start with that inhale. Once again, don't worry about the feet. We're just rocking to the edge. Exhale, press it back into the mat. Draw those knees together. Really use some strength in the adductors and the glutes on that drawback. So squeeze the low belly, press into the mat, draw the knees together. 2 more. All right, we're gonna take our stay. So now press the soles of the feet together. This widest angle, we're gonna take a little rock side to side. Woo! Really going down into those adductors on this round. Let's just relax into that weight. Unclench the teeth. We're gonna take 4 deep, full inhales and exhales. All right, we're gonna slowly slide hands down to the legs. Help those knees up. Ooh, bring them in nice and slow. Let's give them a squeeze. Oh. Take a gentle rock side to side. All right, we're gonna work our windshield wiper sweeps. So I'm gonna take my foot. I really want you to take the big toe and put it on the outside edge of the mat, both sides. You can, the angle of the knee is relaxed, just a natural placement of the foot. Arms are gonna be wherever you want them to be. We're gonna take an inhale at center. And we're gonna draw our knees over to the left. And I want you to rotate this right knee down toward the center of the mat. I want you to put that interior pressure on it. Inhaling, unwind. We're going to go to the other side. Same thing on this side. Take that left knee, draw it down toward the center of the mat. We're going to do that 2 more times. Try to relax the shoulders, unclench the teeth. All right, we're going to come up to center. We're going to go to that first side. We're going to just drop everything over. And now for the piece de resistance, take this left foot, and I'm just going to rest it on top of that downward rotating knee. Oh. Breathe. All right, unhook that foot. Let's come on up. Oh, we'll go slow. Oh, guys, I think we need a little knee hug in the middle of that one. Give those knees a little squeeze. Oh, wiggle the toes, roll the ankles. Ooh. All right, put those big toes to the outside of that edge of mat. That was a bad sentence. I'm having I think my brain's in vapor lock after that stretch. Here we go. We're going to take those knees over to the right side. Let's do it. I'm taking that right foot over the top of that left knee. Oh, oh. Unclench teeth, relax the face, breathe. Oh, all right, we're gonna slowly. Oh, I don't know if I can unwind. I might be stuck. Take that foot off. Slowly come to center. Oh, let's bring those knees up. Just a gentle little twist, little squeeze. Wiggle the toes, roll the ankles. Little sway side to side. All right, so we're gonna leave those knees floating over our hips. We're gonna work into our half twists. So let's bring the arms out a little bit lower than shoulder level. Palms facing up if you can. We're gonna take our half twists. So we're gonna start with an inhale at center, and then we're gonna draw over just 45 degrees. Keep your knees pressed together for me. Draw on up. They might want to flare out and go 45 degrees to the other side. But I want you to keep that gentle pressure so that those knees are staying in contact. We're going to do that 2 more times in both directions. All right, there are a couple of ways to approach our stay. So we're going to take our twisting stay, which means we're going to go over to one side, but I'm going to ask you to increase the strength of the stretch. We've got a lot of energy going on in these glute meats. I'm feeling it, just like you are. So if you have a strap, this is a great place to have it, or I'll show you a couple different ways to approach this. So we're going to come over to the left, and if you're using your strap, just put it in your left hand. Take a big inhale at center, and we're going to drop our knees as far over as we can. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, I want you to take a couple of breaths with the hand over the top of the right leg. Left hand over the top of the right leg. It's perfectly okay if your legs are not on the ground. I want you to increase that strength of stretch right through glute med and up into these obliques. Okay, and now here's where we're going to amp up. I want you to extend that top leg. Now, here's the perfect opportunity to just hook that foot into the strap and increase the length of that leverage so that you can fully extend the leg to the length of the arm. You actually can't see it in this angle of the camera. Maybe you just take your leg out and press that heel away and keep your hand on top of your knee. The other thing you can do is reach out and take a hold of the big toe and drop down that way. So there are 3 different ways. Oh, I don't know if I want to do that one. Oh, I'm feeling that right up this line between the hamstring and the quad and the IT band. Ay, ay, ay. Keep breathing. All right, let's bring that leg in. I just kicked my microphone over. So if that startled you, I apologize. Come on up. I'm gonna readjust my sound. This is a high class production, let me tell you. High end. Take a little rock side to side. All right, wiggle those toes, roll those ankles. Nice big inhale. We're gonna take our stay in the other direction. So I want you to just take a big inhale, draw over this round. We're just gonna take a couple breaths right here with the knees bent. Somebody else has gotta be tight like crazy here. All right, so there are 3 different ways to approach this. We're gonna extend that leg. So the first one is just to press that leg out and hold the hand right over the top of the knee. The second round is to take that strap in the right hand and use that loop to increase the length of the arm so that you can get a little longer in that lever. Maybe relax the leg a little bit deeper toward the floor. Or if you've got the mobility to take a hold of that big toe and draw down. Oh. The toes are dorsiflexed. You've got a soft bend in that knee. The heel is pressing out and away from the hip. Now on this side, I'm not feeling it in my IT band so much as I'm feeling it right up my glute med and into my obliques and QLs. That's where I'm feeling on this side. So you might be feeling this in different places. All right, bring that heel in. We're gonna slowly unwind. Oh my goodness, slow. Give those knees a little squeeze. Little rock the ankles, point and flex the toes. All righty, let's just place the feet on the floor, knees to the ceiling for a moment. I want you to just take a moment's notice. Woo. Feeling that heat. I am feeling some serious low back release here. So take another breath or two. Just let our body respond to that stretch. All right, so we're gonna bring both knees up and we're gonna cup the fingertips over the knees and we're gonna work a little symmetrical Apanasana. So let's inhale to prepare. We're gonna draw the knees toward the body, scoop the low belly, give me a tiny little lift of the tailbone toward the ceiling. Inhale, unwind. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed toward the mat. This is less about curling up like a ball and more about lifting the hips up and away from the floor. Let's do that 2 more times. And 1 more round. All right, let those feet come on down to the mat. We are going to just roll over to our bellies. So I'm just gonna slide on over. We're gonna work a little cobra. So I want you to get centered. Little rock side to side. Pull the toes long away from the hips. So feel a little extension down the center of the leg to the toe. Slide shoulders a little bit back. Relax hands next to hips, excuse me. Take a little rock side to side with the hips, and I'm just tucking my forehead down to the mat. We're gonna take an inhale as we lift. So draw the belly in, keep the chin tucked. I want you to lift the body up away from the mat. Keep the shoulders rolled back. I'm not pressing in to the mat. I'm lifting with the core. Try to keep the legs relaxed. Inhale, let's turn and rest the head completely on the mat. All right, the next inhale, let's take it up. Drop shoulders back, give me a little lift. Tuck the chin. Keep those hands relaxed. And now we're going to release and look in the other direction. We're going to do this 2 more times in both directions. So just lift and lengthen. Now you might be getting not a lot of lift out of this. You might be just like here, and that's okay. You got to listen to the body. You got to move with your flexibility and your strength. Let's do this 1 more time in both directions. One more time. All right, I'm going to rest my head on the back of my hands. I want to take a little rock side to side. I'm going to bring my hands back. I want to settle my elbows next to the rib cage. We're going to take a little lift, just a low lift. Don't lift to the highest point. Drop these shoulders open and just lift the right toe. Release on down, turn the head to one side. Let's do that. Let's inhale up, just a little lower, and then lift the left leg. Lift and release. So that's how we're going to move. We're going to do 2 more repetitions. So just lift gently, not as high as you can. Lift the right leg and release. Take the inhale, lift the left leg and release. We're going to do that 1 more time in both directions. Lift and release. And 1 more time. Oh, did you see that? I just tucked my forehead. I think my body just said, we're quitting. And release. Let's let the arms rest, or the head rest on the back of the arms. Take a little rock side to side. All right, I am going to just draw my right foot up. Now I'm going to stay low, and I'm going to reach back and try to take my ankle or my shin. If you need the strap here, you can grab and make just a little loop with the strap and draw that leg towards you. Just lead the body down. Now, if you only have this much room and you're not going to be able to reach back there, right? That's perfectly okay. I just want you to draw that leg up toward the body. This is a big quad stretch if you're managing to take the bind with the leg. Slowly let that leg come down. Take a little rock side to side with the hips. All right, same thing on the other side. So either just draw the leg up and try to hold it close to the glute. Use the strap to make that loop and draw the leg a little closer to the back. Or if you can, just reach back and take a hold of that leg. All righty, we're gonna slowly release that leg down, and we are going to just come right on back to roll to our backs. So just roll on over. Oh, readjust. I'm gonna take a little sway side to side with the knees. Ooh. Little tilt up. All right, we're gonna work a little active bridge, and we're gonna do this in 3 different foot positions. Oh, wow. Take a breath or two. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm feeling some low back. It's amazing when I stretch my quads how much I feel that release through the hip and the lumbar structure. So I hope somebody else is feeling that. All right, we're going to work a little active bridge, and we're going to be doing it in tonight. We're going to be doing it in widths. So sometimes we do this close, middle, far. Today we're going to do it close. So we very rarely do bridge with our legs connected or touching. So we're going to do that the first round. So I want you to take your toes, calves, knees, and feet, press them together just like we would in cobbler. Relax the hands next to you, palms down. Try to open these shoulders. Keep the chin tucked just a little bit. Exhale all the air out of the lungs because we're going to start with the inhale. That's how we work this breath in yoga. And let's tilt the tailbone up. Keep those knees pressed together. Lift tailbone. Press into the heels. Tilt up through the low back. And lift. Press the body into the shoulders. Lift the hips, lift the hips, lift the hips. Slowly as you exhale, let's rock down. And very, very slowly let the hips touch and then just the tailbone. We're going to take 2 more repetitions exactly like that. So let's just inhale. Press up, press up, press up as high as you can get the hips. Keep those knees pressed together. Press up into the shoulder blades. Slowly exhale down. One more repetition here. Keep those knees pressed together and unwind. All right, so we are going to just take our feet, just heel out, toe out. And now I want you to imagine, right, focus in your brain that we're keeping those knees in alignment with those feet. So don't let the knees flop out or in. Now our focus is to keep those knees in this position. So let's just draw those hips or heels a little closer to the hips. Exhale out of or exhale to prepare. Sorry, my brain kind of froze right there. It's okay, it's ooey gooey yoga. Here we go. Inhale, lift up, tailbone, hips, low back, mid back. Tuck the chin, press up into the shoulder blades. Lift the hips, lift the hips, lift the hips. Slowly unroll. Oh, unroll, unroll, unroll. 2 more, just like that. One more time. All right. We're going to take a heel out, take a toe out. So we're not quite to the edge of the mat, but we are a little wider than we would normally work this bridge. So once again, keep those knees anchored as we do this. Don't let them flop out. Don't let them flop in, right? Make sure the heels are squeezed close to the glutes so we have good stability. Let's exhale and prepare. Here we go. Inhale it. And slowly walk down. 2 more, just like that. One more time. Oh, let's take a breath, just rest there for a moment. All right, we've got one more round. I'm gonna heel out, I'm gonna toe out. Now I'm got my feet are parallel to the edge of the mat. If you're feeling that a little bit of uncomfortable torque in the knee, go ahead and turn those toes in or out to adjust for that torque. But I'd love it if you were comfortable here to keep that heel and pinky in alignment with the edge of the mat. If you need to scooch the heels a little further away from the glutes in this position, feel free. Don't go too far because I don't want you to compromise your stability. Once again, now in this width, the tendency will be for the knees to sway in. I want you to try to keep them focused. Try to keep them anchored and stable in alignment with those toes. Here we go, 3 rounds. Let's exhale to prepare. And let's go. Inhale up. Really try to focus those knees. They're swaying. Lift the hips. Keep those knees anchored. Lift, lift, lift. Oh, and slowly unwind. 2 more of those. Squeeze those hips up. Oh, and relax down. Oh, one more time. Oh, all right. That one was a little brutal. Let's take a little sway side to side. All right, move those feet into relaxed position. We're going to take a little figure 4. We're going to work at, and we'll finish up with a little Vapanasana. So let's just take that right knee over the top, or right leg over the top of the left knee. Ooh, wow. I was feeling pretty groovy. Now I'm feeling a little heat. Ah, chihuahua. Oh, take a little rock side to side, rock and roll that knee. Ooh. All right, you guys ready for this? Let's just draw up. I've got my right arm open, out to the side, palm up. My left hand is slid up behind my knee, and I'm going to draw toward my body. Unclench the teeth and breathe. All right, let's release that. Take a little rock and roll with that knee again. Ooh. All right, let's release. I'm going to take the left foot over the top of the right ankle. Same thing. Let's just give it a little sway. All right, let's open up that left arm. Keep the palm up. I'm sliding my right hand up behind that knee. Oh God, this side's so bad. All right, let's release that down. Again, give that knee a little rock and roll. Bring it in, work it out. Oh. Oh my goodness. All right, bring those knees in. Let's give them a little squeeze. Oh. Take a little rock side to side. Wiggle toes, roll the ankles. Okay, let's take a few Apanasana here. So this one's gonna be a full range Apanasana. So we'll start with our fingertips over our knees. We're gonna take an inhale to prepare. And let's draw those knees up. Give me that little reverse crunch. Scoop it up and in. Oh. This time as we release, just slide those fingers down the legs. Let the toes touch the mat. And now engage the core. Exhale, squeeze on up. Slide those fingers over the tops of the knees. Lift for that reverse lunge. And slowly, slowly unwind. Ooh, let's do that 2 more times. And release. And really bring it in. And release. All right. I'm going to lengthen my legs and take a nice long stretch. Take a quick scan of the body. Where would you like to give yourself a little extra stretch, a little extra room? Maybe we have a stretch that's your favorite that we did not do. Give yourself that room. I'm going to take a big hamstring stretch, I think. I'm just going to press the heel of my foot up and take a stretch here. But give yourself that wiggle, and then we are going to start working our way into the position that's going to work for you in Shavasana. So I want you to give yourself the little bit of stretch and release that you need to relax, and then start thinking about body temperature. Start thinking about light in the room. Start thinking about how you would like to relax on the mat. So maybe you want to put a blanket underneath your hips. I feel like we do a lot of low back work every single time, but it might be more comfortable for you to put a blanket underneath hips and low back. It might be more comfortable for you to keep your feet on the mat with your knees toward the ceiling. Maybe roll a blanket under the neck. So start working ourselves into that position that we can take to relax completely for Shavasana. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. Just working ourselves down, taking a moment to scan the body. Let's pull our attention awareness into the forehead. And let's notice all of those tiny little muscles and nerve endings and feel them smooth out. We want to feel that release of energy as we let that line of eyebrows get longer and let the temples drop toward the floor. Let's relax through the eyes. Let the eyes rest in the sockets of the skull. We want to soften the cheeks, unclench the teeth, and relax the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. We're going to feel the neck relax down through both sides of the strap muscles. Want to feel those shoulder caps release, get heavy toward the floor. Let's continue down through the biceps and triceps. Relax through the space of the elbow. Down through the forearms, maybe a little wiggle of the fingers, little roll of the wrists. Release the upper body into the mat. Let's feel the shoulder blades tilt a little heavier toward the floor. Want to travel from the base of the neck down through the rib cage on either side and feel the length of the spine. Maybe just stretch that tiniest little bit. Little rock side to side with the hips. Relax the glutes. And now let's travel from the quads. Relax that energy down around the back of the leg, through the hamstrings, back soft at the knee, down into the calves, maybe a little rock side to side, little flexion, little roll of the ankles, roll and wiggle the toes, and then let's let the legs take complete rest against the floor. Let's move that attention and awareness into the space and quality of our thinking. If there are some things that are just still determined to grab our attention, let's slide those off to the side. And then anytime something kind of pops into your mental view focus, we want to let that just slide off in like a breeze taking the clouds away from our horizon. How was that for hippy dippy talk? And then let's anchor that silence into the awareness of the breath. And we're just going to relax and feel the path of that breath into and out of the lungs. Let's draw some deeper breaths into the lungs, big filling inhales, big sighing exhales. If your feet are on the mat, Give them a length and let them go down to, let's just relax into this extension. Bring those arms out to the side. Take a gentle stretch outward. I'm going to bring the knee up and give it a little squeeze. I'll bring the other knee up and give it a squeeze, a little rock and roll with the ankles. Wiggle the toes. Let's take a little sway side to side. When you're ready, rock completely over to one side. Take a moment to rest your head on your arm, just feeling the support of the floor beneath you. Now we're going to slowly bring ourselves up into a seated position. I don't know what that's going to look like for you. We didn't start in comfortable seated position tonight, so that's a little new, a little different. Notice the energy in the body. Be really mindful about what you're feeling in your hips. And then find a place that you can sit that will accommodate that. Take a little sway side to side, bowing the chin, tilting the ear in the direction of that shoulder. I'm going to take a little shoulder roll back. Do that one more time. And then let's just settle shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips, and take a moment to notice how we feel on this end of the practice, state and quality of the physical form. Let's move that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking and check in. Let's invite those things that do not need our attention until tomorrow to stay off to the side. Let's anchor this relaxed feeling, this nice open space, and just treat ourselves to silence for the rest of the evening. And then we're going to just notice the path of that inhale and exhale. And now let's release practice. I'm going to blink my eyes open. I am going to take this nice slow stretch to the ceiling. You do not have to join me if that is not going to feel good for you tonight. Letting all of that go, taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked it to do today and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Thank you so much for logging in tonight, spending some time with me online, keeping you safe, keeping me safe, getting our groove on together, but apart. It's all so crazy. Thank you for supporting the fucking yoga company online. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions for me, you can email me at yoga@jclynn.com. If you want to get on my email list, hit me up at the website, the THEFFENG. What is the rest of it? yogablog.com. I think we just did a really good job tonight, guys. I'm feeling very ooey gooey. I hope you guys are too. Enjoy your evening. Stay cool. Have a good night.